Welcome to our home learning video about colours and shapes. When we're learning about colours and shapes, there are lots of things we want children to be able to do. We want them to match them, name them, explore them and be creative with them, and then eventually problem solve and develop spatial awareness using shape. The best way to introduce colours and shapes at home is by using the language of colour and shape. To do this, we just change the way that we speak to the children. A few ideas for this may be, when you're getting dressed, instead of saying put your jumper on, you might say put your red jumper on, or asking your child what colour their jumper is today. When you're out and about or walking to nursery, you could play a spot the colour game, find the colours of cars, and talk to your child about what colours you can see. The same goes with shape. Point out shapes in the environment, like different shaped road signs, or when you're in the house you can say your dinner's on a circle plate today. All of this language just lets the children see the shape linked to the name that you're saying. Drawing is a great activity to develop awareness of colour. When you're drawing, you can name the colours of the pencils, and that will let your child see the name that matches the colour. Once your children start to have an interest in colour, you can ask them to pass you a certain colour of pencil. Or if you have chalks and paints at home, you can experiment with mixing colours, and your children can predict what's going to happen when you mix two colours together. Don't worry if they don't get it right. Eventually, when you've done this game a few times, they will start to know what the name of the colours are. We want children to learn about colour through play. When you're at home, you can play with whatever you have. If you have Lego, you could sort them all into different colours, or play a game where you have the yellow and your child has the red, and you can see who can sort them the quickest. Children love games where they get to win. Or you can use the dolls and sort them with all the different coloured clothes, or even things like sorting the different coloured cups in your cupboard. Another good game to play, which is about sorting colour, is the bottle top game. Collect lots of different coloured bottle tops and sort them by colour. You can use them to make patterns with children who know their colours. So do a red, white and green one, and then ask your child what comes next after the white or the green. Get them to continue the pattern or make a pattern of their own. This is one of the children's favourite games at nursery. Get some sellotape and mark out a shape on the floor, or on the bedspread if you don't want to put it on the floor. Ask your children to fill the shape with lots of different toys. Talk about the shape. Is it round? How many sides does it have? And when your child gets really good at knowing what the shapes are, you can ask them to go round the outline of the shape with their bottle tops or their cars or Lego, anything that they have lying around. This helps the children learn the difference between the shapes. Learning about shapes at home is not about having workbooks or lots of different toys. You can do it in your everyday routine. Cut up your sandwiches or use your food at home to explore shape. Round crackers and square crackers, triangle sandwiches or rectangle sandwiches. And just be sure to use the language when you're serving to your children. Another great way to learn about colour and shape is using the world all around you. Every day we drive to nursery or walk to nursery, we're out in the local community, and there's just lots of opportunities to talk about shape and colour. Use the language of shape and colour. Can you see the triangle sign? I can see a square brick. There's a round clock. And this will help your child to learn the language of shape and colour. Nursery has lots of charts that you can use to tick off what children can see. This is one of their favourite games, ticking off on a chart. Just ask your child's key worker and we can give you some. Once your child knows most of their basic colours and can name the 4 basic shapes, circle, square, rectangle and triangle, you can make it a little bit more tricky by introducing 3D shapes like cube and cone and sphere. It's the exact same process, you just start using the language and pointing these things out in the environment. A really good way to do this is to go through your kitchen cupboards and find tins that are cylinders or things that are cone shaped and sort them all out. A wee reminder that when you're supporting learning at home, here are a few simple tips. You know what your child can do. If they don't have good concentration, don't sit down and do a game. Have an active game where you're putting shapes on the floor and asking them to find the shape and jump on it. Make sure when you're doing learning at home with your children that you haven't got anything else to do for a short time. Put your phone away, get down to your child's level. It's a lot of fun. Don't forget to have fun and be silly. Get the answers wrong. Sometimes children love to correct you when you're wrong. We hope you found some of our ideas useful. You can also search on YouTube for songs about colour and shape, or go to parentclub.scot for lots more helpful hints and tips. And don't forget, there's lots of resources in nursery that you can borrow. Just ask.